If you're looking to start a business, one of the most important things you have to consider is who you're going to be using for your virtual address. Now, some of you are probably wondering, what is a virtual address? Well, it's an alternative address that you use in order to have a site for your business, to have that on the Secretary of State, and to also have that with all your credit lenders and people that will be looking up your business to verify its authenticity. Well, today I'm going to go over the top 4 virtual addresses, which will include 2 virtual mailboxes and will also include 2 virtual offices. Now, there is a difference, and I'll be going over the pros and cons of each. We're going to be looking at iPostal 1, Anytime Mailbox, Alliance Virtual Office, and Regus. I've personally used all of these services, so I do have some in-depth insight on which one I would consider to be the best and which one I would recommend for you and your business considering your needs. So join me on the computer and we're going to go over each one of these companies and find the best virtual office for your business needs today. We are going to be starting with iPostal 1. Now, this is the #1 digital mailbox service worldwide. They have 3,000 plus real physical street addresses, and they can receive the mail for your business. Not only that, they have a really good application where they scan your mail and you can actually see your mail before it comes. So let's take a look at some of the plans here. So for the virtual mailing address, this is just a digital mailbox. It starts off at $9.99. You get a real physical street address with mail that you can have sent remotely, and you can protect your privacy. Now, a virtual mailbox would just be essentially if you wanted a P.O. box that had a real address, because there's a lot of banks and a lot of places that say they don't actually accept P.O. boxes. This would be something that you can use to replace that. But that's not what we're here for. The next plan is the virtual business address with digital mailbox for my business. Now, this one is starting at $14.99, and this is actually a plan that I have done. If you sign up for the annual plan, it actually is $149.99 for the year, which comes out to $12.49. That includes everything that the virtual mailing address has. Plus, you can register your business using the address here. You also upgrade your business image, making it look more professional. And there are optional office buildings. And then the $39.99 includes everything that you get with both packages, but also a local or toll-free number and fax number, call forwarding, and voicemail. Now let's take a deeper look into some of these plans. So the most popular plan is the Business Green. You get 30 mail items per month. If you're thinking that you're going to be receiving more than 30 pieces of mail, you may want to bump it up to Business Blue, Silver, or Gold, depending on how much you expect to receive. And here's the annual plan again, $149.99, which would come out to $12.49 for the year. Let's look at some of the benefits. So all virtual business address plans include at no additional cost, of course, the real physical street address, the personal digital mailbox, the free app for Android and iPhone to see your mail, and 24/7 digital access to all your mail items. Sender information is clear, it's visible, and preparation of commercial invoices. So all of this is included. Now, the optional services may turn some people off. Now, if you get more than 30 pieces of mail, let's say if you were on the Business Green plan, it's 35 cents per letter that you receive from then on. Forwarding mail costs more money. Shredding content costs more money. Check deposit by mail is an additional fee. If you receive fax, it's an additional fee. If you want insurance for UPS, FedEx, or DHL packages, it's an additional fee. Now, keep in mind, if you're looking at a virtual mailbox, this is not a virtual office, okay? You just go in there and you just receive mail. Now, you may have some problems with verifying your business with Google, because when you verify your business with Google, you have to actually make a video showing that business. And also, the address that you see always comes with a mailbox number that may be hard to verify with USPS when you're putting this address onto, let's say, like your banking. Like if you're getting a bank account and then you have to add that on there, sometimes I've seen where it tells me that it's invalid. So that is something to consider there. But if you're an individual, I do think this is actually a really, really good plan. And then there are more plans that you can actually get. If all you were looking for was just simply a mailbox, I believe this is probably the best thing that you can get. Now, if we look at Trustpilot, Trustpilot, out of 6,096 reviews, iPostal 1 gets a 4.4. The company is verified as excellent. So the people who are using iPostal 1 do seem to like the service very much. All right. The app, and I actually have the app pulled up here, iPostal 1, it has 4 stars out of 558 reviews. So people who are using the app seem to enjoy it as well. And as you can see, convenient and easy access. Best virtual, not office, but mailbox out there. There are additional services that you can get with iPostal 1. If we go back to their plans, I want to point that out. There is virtual office services. As you can see, if you look at virtual office services, that does increase the price, and it is location specific. So it's not going to be offered at every location. You'll just want to go ahead, play with the plans, see if you like it and it makes sense for your business needs. All right, let's get on to the next mailbox. Now we're looking at anytimemailbox.com. They have over 2,222 locations. On this list, this will be the lowest price mailbox, virtual mailbox that you can get. So I'm in Las Vegas. Let's just type in the city and see what comes up. All right, so they have a few different locations, and of course, the price is based off of the location, and some are actually top rated. So if you look at this one, it's $9.99. Let's see what that includes. So similar to iPostal 1, you get your name, your company name, the address, the suite number, and then the mailbox number, excuse me. So you get open it and scan mail, you get mail forwarding, recycling, shredding, and local pickup. All right. So incoming mail for $9.99 is $30 per month, just like before. Open and scan, you get 5 pages a month. That's it. If you're forwarding mail, it's $5. Now, this plan is very simple and simplistic. It's not really going to be, difficult, but because it is the least inexpensive plan, there are some downsides to this. Now, for Anytime Mailbox, I've seen a lot of complaints when it comes to this company. So you can select a real street address, you pick the service plan, and you manage the mailbox. But when it comes to the state that you're in, I have seen issues where they're not able to use this for a business address. You'll have to do some research and you'll have to take a look. Their app also does not have the best reviews. Their app actually has 2.4 stars. That is, really, 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 really poor. People say that they don't actually see the scanned mail when it comes in, so that might be an issue for you. Now, again, if you don't care about seeing your scanned piece of mail and you just want the least expensive mailbox option, you've done some research on your state and you see that no one's having issues with using this as a virtual address, Anytime Mailbox might be for you, but just be forewarned, if you look at the reviews, they're not the best. Now, if we take a look at Trustpilot says that they have 1,074 reviews and they're great. Now, I would go through and read all of the reviews just to make sure that they're not skewed. I would actually start with the bad ones first. Let's see. So exceptionally poor experience with our Canadian virtual office with their provider. Requested a scan a month ago. No reply since. Had to follow up with customer service multiple times. So it looks like if you want to scan, you have to contact them to get the scan. With iPostal 1, they just scan it for you. So, and the experience with the app has been poor. Now, again, if that's not a concern, if you want the least expensive option, then this would probably be the one for you. And let's take a look at our first virtual office, Alliance Virtual Offices. Right now, they have a promotion going on. Normally, the setup fee is $200, but in the month of March, it's only $20 right now for that setup fee. And let's take a look at what they offer here. So 2 plans with 1,000 plus locations. We offer 2 virtual office plans for flexible growth. It's either going to be the Platinum plan or the Platinum Plus plan. Now let's actually go through and type in a city, and then we'll see what options that they have and what are the prices. So the price is location specific, but as you can see, the virtual office features include a recognized business address, a virtual phone and business number, a live receptionist, frequent mail forwarding, private meeting rooms, mail processing and pickup, front lobby receptionist, and business center services. Now, in my experience with Alliance, the location will determine how well you have an experience with them. I do like that with virtual offices, not mailboxes. You just get a physical address. You don't need to include a mailbox number, which is very, very easy to be recognized as a verifiable business. And normally, their addresses are in business districts. Think about Anytime Mailbox or iPostal One. When you look at the location, some of them are just in strip malls. When you look at virtual offices for things like Alliance, you usually see them in business centers that would make more sense, right? So you would want to go through, take a look at the location, and look at what that location offers. Like there's an example, a corporate office center. That looks very, very good. I see that it's $100. Well, it's probably $100 because it includes a little bit more than what we get with the regular virtual offices. So you get a workspace with this that's included, right? You can get the address for use on websites, for business cards. It's going to be easier to verify this one with Google to get your business profile set up. Okay, you still have to record a video, but you can park outside the office, use either a business card to show them that this is it, and then capture the inside and you walking in. That should suffice. And you also get the receptionist with this one as well. You can also get the virtual phone number that comes with this as well, but you'll have to consider what exactly is gonna fit your business needs, and consider the fact that this is it's not just a mailbox, but it's an office, so you're gonna get a lot more professional service than you would with the other two, but with that service comes a higher price. Now, one thing I will have to say that I did not actually like when it came to Alliance, they do not have an app. So there is no app for you to pull up and to check your mail. That is one drawback. But if we take a look at Trustpilot, we see there's 1,590 reviews, 4.4. That is excellent. So the people who are using Alliance virtual offices, they seem to enjoy the experience that they're having. So they're always very polite. I've had a great experience thus far. Here's a negative one. This one's in Austin, Texas. And here's another negative experience as well. But overall, there's a lot of positive ones here. I would suggest that you go through, and when you look at some of these, you try to find a location or filter it out to potentially finding one that can be closest to you in your area, exactly what criteria you need fulfilled. That way you can make an educated choice in which one you would like to use. And the starting price, again, it's location specific and it depends on the plan. There is a $20 fee right now in the month of March. This is March 2024, depending on when you're watching this video. And then, of course, again, they go up as you add on additional services, but it's determined by what your business needs are. All right, and we're gonna go on to our final virtual office, which will be Regus. Regus was the first virtual office that I set up. I will say that my experience with them was probably like 50-50. If you set up an account with Regus, I recommend you do it on the first of the month. If you set up in the middle of the month, they charge you for the beginning of that month, and they also prorate you for the following month, which you have to pay up front. They also add on mail forwarding for $25, I believe, automatically, unless you contact them and tell them to remove it. So just keep that in mind. Now, again, we're going to take a look and see some locations. The product that it's showing here is an office space. I'm just going to show one for virtual addresses. Because again, there's a couple of options for Regus. There's office spaces, there's co-working spaces, there's meeting rooms, there's day offices. So you see with this one, it's not just about having a mailbox. You actually get offices that can be used at your discretion. So this one is coming soon. And again, this is another good thing. All the virtual offices, they are in they're actually in business centers. So when someone's looking up your business and they see this on Google, they're going to actually see not a strip mall, but an actual business. I will say that it's the most professional looking business address that you can possibly get with Regus, and they've been open for a very long time, I believe 30 plus years. So let's look at this one. This is Las Vegas Town Square. It's a shopping center in Las Vegas. Really, really nice one. And it looks like these images here too. You can put these on your Google profile. They look very, very good. All right. And you get amenities. You get a breakout area. You get a meeting room, a business lounge. So all of that is included when you're looking at even getting this virtual office. Now, I'm going to go back because it's going to try to get me to request a quote. And I know that we don't want to see a quote. We just want to get specific pricing on here. And sometimes it takes a little bit. So let me go back. Virtual office. Let's go to buy now. And let's just see exactly what it costs, because the costs are also a little bit higher than what they show you. They're never as cheap as they may seem. So if we take a look here, there is a location on Sahara, right? It says it's $75 per month, but let's continue. We're looking for, okay, the business address. So it says that it's $75. Let's continue. So it's $75 for 24 months. So you'd have to sign an agreement for 2 years to lock in that $79 price. If you go month to month, it is $89. 6 months, $84. 12 months, $79. So depending on how long you would like to have those terms will determine exactly how much it's going to cost. And then if we go back, because maybe we want to look at other options, like let's say we wanted to actually get a virtual office workspace, something of that nature. There's private offices. You have to get a quote for that one. Let's look at just co-working spaces that we can buy now. So for a lounge, it's a membership. It's $109 per month. You'll have to pay that. Co-working space from $269 per month. Office $549, 24 months. So when you're looking at this, it's going to cost you quite a bit. But again, we're looking at what meets our business needs. And I would say that when I first started, this may not have been exactly what I needed, but it's what I started with. So I was already under the impression that a virtual address was going to cost you at least $100 to $150 per month. But that's not the case. Now, when we look at Regus, they actually have bad reviews when it comes to Trustpilot. 17,107. They have an average of 3.7. And I would say, without me even looking at this, I would say it's probably going to be something with customer service or the fees, because there are a lot of fees that they don't tell you about at the very beginning, and then you just end up usually paying around $200 to $300 within like that first 30 days. It starts to add up. So I would be wary of the fees. I would also be wary of trying to, again, it's location specific. So in my opinion, before you do it, if we're going to go as far as to take Regus as a virtual address, go to the location, talk to the receptionist, get a feel for the environment. These are the people who you're going to be talking to retrieve your mail and who you're going to be dealing with maybe on at least a weekly basis, depending on how often that you're there, or bi-weekly, or maybe even a monthly basis. So you do want to find people who are nice, who are polite, who are easy to work with, who are very accommodating. So that's one thing to consider. For Regus, I didn't have the app pulled up, but let me get the app pulled up for you here. Their app, I know, has some positive reviews. I've had a very good experience with using the Regus app. It hasn't been bad. And the app actually has, I think, the highest stars. It has 4.6, and that's a 2.5K rating. Yeah, out of 2.5K reviews, 4.6. So, I mean, they have an excellent, excellent app. Now, I don't believe there is a scan feature for mail with Regus. However, I've been able to call the office and the receptionist or email them and ask them if certain pieces of mail have been there, and they have been pretty responsive. So, my experience with them was, again, it was so. Fees, I felt like, were a little bit high, and they changed. After I had it for a while, the price increased. And other than that, I would say that usually I had a good experience. I've had a good experience with not Anytime Mailbox, okay. Alliance Virtual Office was pretty good. If you're looking for a virtual office, that's actually my recommendation for a virtual office if I had to pick one. And if you're looking for a virtual mailbox with the business address, iPostal one is definitely going to be the one that I would recommend. And it just depends on your situation. But keep in mind, you should always look at doing at least a virtual mailbox, because when you make a business, it's public information. You don't want to have your actual address out in the world for people to see. Same thing as your phone number. So I hope that this video was able to help you make a decision on choosing between one of these services. Again, I believe they're all good. It just depends on what you're trying to do and what exactly is your business needs. Please drop a comment and let me know which one you're going to use for your business. Let me know your experience. Let me know if you had any issues with them and what those issues were. That way, this can become a resource for other people when they're trying to make a decision, because all of our experiences are different. They may vary by our state, and they, may vary by different locations. So, thank you so much for watching. You guys have a wonderful day.